Morning everybody, it's Thursday and I've forgotten the date. It's Thursday in heatwave weather and we're at Fleetwood Seafront. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a walk round and a little bit of a let's see what's happening in Fleetwood. And I've just happened against these guys in this little boat underneath the edge of the, well, what is it, the old loading gear thing that was used for the roll-on, roll-off ferries for ABP and for getting into boats. And the other thing I've noticed as well, just look how clean this water is. We'd been in Blackpool yesterday and we commented there that the water was really, really clean, and it's gorgeous. It's really lovely. In fact, you could just go for a swim, couldn't you? I don't know what I would imagine they're chucking its structural integrity, checking it even. And this is the old area where you would have got on one of the old ferries to the Isle of Man or wherever you were going to. That's the part of the loading gear. This site here is the car park now for the old ABP site, where the container lorries used to park, but at one time it was the railway station. Oh, here we go. That's the Blackpool and the FYLDE College training lifeboat, I believe, that's just been tooting in the background. We'll zoom in and have a look at it. When we get round to the front, you'll see where that lives. There's another one that they use on the boating lake at the seafront, and that sounds like a little putt-putt. So this is the lovely buildings of Queen's Terrace. Can you feel me hesitating? Yes, it's Queen's Terrace. I can see the sign in front of me. And just imagine when back in the day that overlooked the beautiful grand railway station and everybody coming to Fleetwood to disembark off their trains, off their steam trains, for their onward journey to the Lake District in the days when there were no other means of transport. So we're looking now at the upper lighthouse, which is one of three. Two are on land and the third one is in the water. It's falling over in the water actually. And this is the seaside bit of Fleetwood, the old sort of heritage end. So we've got some amusements for you. I love the bunting. That looks really nice. I wonder where they got that from. Could do with some of that in Cleveland. Some shops on the seafront. You can get your fishing bait here. Corner cafe over the road. And at the back of this wall is the bowling club. So we'll go around that way. We'll go around that way. Fleetwood Beach fishing tackle, fishing supplies. So you can get all your, there you go, buckets and spades, crab buckets, crab bait. They're whoppers, aren't they? It's a fisherman's tale. Goodness me, they've caught some big fish. Fleetwood fishing. This is a little gift shop called Mary, Tom and Friends. I think it's closed at the moment. Yeah, it is. They must open later in the day. And they sell all kinds of different gifts and things. They were originally in the town centre next to the market. This is the legendary ferry cafe where our friend, well, I'm going to say Sharon works, but Sharon's the gaffer. Let's see if she's in. She'll kill me if she is. She'll be saying, get lost. No, she's not there. She's not there, but this is the Ferry Cafe, home to legendary frothy coffee and a full bevy of all kinds of delicious delights. Fish and chips and all that kind of stuff. I think that's my mate Terry. It might be, is it? Is it not? I'll make sure before... No, it's not. I'll just check before I say hello to him. And the flowers are all done by Fleetwood Town Council and the volunteers for In Bloom. These guys are waiting for the ferry Oh, here it comes, look. And I keep promising that we're going to go on the ferry to Knott End one day. So Knott End is just across the other side of the estuary of this is the River Wyre, this. So you can catch the ferry to Knott End. Well, these flowers look lovely. That looks really pretty. Really pretty. And we're going to go and see if we can have a look in the R&LI shop, because I've kept mentioning it every time I've come on here, and it's been closed because we've been in lockdown mode. In fact, there's the Coast Guard people there, look, that are the ones that you can just see them, they're having a meeting. I'll not go and barge into the middle of the meeting and cause chaos. But they're the guys that keep pulling everybody out of the water. They're the ones that you need to thank for being saved. They share the building with the lifeboats. So the Coast Guard and the lifeboat are both based in this new building. I can't quite remember when it was built, but you can see that it's reasonably new. I would imagine the ice creamery will be open in due course today. Can't imagine it remaining closed. And I better ask them first. So we'll just have a little intermission while I speak to the people in the shop, because I don't want to throw them into a tizzy. Right, we're on, I've warned them. So you find Coast Guard shops, R&LI shops in quite a lot of different seaside towns, so you can use your hand sanitizer if you want to set off. So they sell all kinds of really nice things. That's display, but there's calendars and cups and the usual sort of seaside stuff. There you go, chocolate pebbles and the rock ones as well. Oh, salted caramel honeycomb. That looks nice. And all kinds of, oh, look at that. We had one of these, and it got little cotton legs, and his legs dropped off. Oh, I like them. Dinky wellies. So there's all kinds of different gifts and things. Some shops are bigger than others. I think it's fair to say that this is perhaps one of the smaller ones, but good nonetheless. Good nonetheless. You can get your yellow welly pencil to support the R&LI. I'm just wondering whether this lady is going to scoot out of my way. I'll dodge past you quickly. And of course they're all staffed by volunteers, is that not right?
It is correct.
It is correct, yes. Without volunteers and public fundraising, there would be no people in lifeboats coming to rescue you. Oh, these are nice. I like these. Christmas cards. These are new ones for next year. I can recognise that because I often buy my Christmas cards from the R&LI, despite the fact that we make our own. So there's loads of nice stuff. Bags, shopping bags.
Hi.
Shopping bags. I particularly got my eye on that one. I thought that one was nice. That pink one there. That one. Thank you ever so much, ladies. I'll leave you in peace now. Bye.
Yeah, I'll just finish off with.
Oh dear, they both sort of went, oh. These look like they're off on a fishing trip, as you might say. I often go on a fishing trip. So this is my favourite little boardwalk, which I admire every time I come to Fleetwood. Not quite sure what these guys are doing. I think they must be waiting. Oh, they're waiting for a boat, aren't they? They must be going fishing. They must be going on a fishing trip. That's the little lifeboat that we've just seen. Now you see, I'm quite happy just standing here on dry land and looking at it. But look how beautifully clear it is. It's gorgeous. And that down there is the lower lighthouse. That's the other one of two. Hiya. Oh, I've just had a little whistle stop guided tour to what they're doing. So that is one of the covered in boats that you would use on a ship or a rig, and that guy in there is doing a coxswain refreshers course. He's already a coxswain and he's refreshing his skills. And this one in the distance here is a fast reaction boat, and that's another type of lifeboat that you would see on a, where's it gone? I've lost it. It's a little bit hazy. It's right in the middle. That's another type of boat that you would see on a rig or a ship. So if you're in distress at sea, that's what you're gonna catch in order to get yourself out of a pickle. So people in Fleetwood have got a bit of a aversion to this natural dune that's forming, because here the sea wall used to be really quite deep and the beach was a lot lower, and it's just built up naturally over the years. And they might not be ecstatically fond of it, but it's a brilliant sea defence. And just look at all the bees as well. This is sea holly, which is perfectly adapted for growing down into the dry sand, and it's a brilliant food source for bees, the busy bees. It's a really nice plant as well. And despite being right next to the seafront, I've never managed any growing in my garden. It's a constant source of disappointment to me. It's a bit of a different version to the one that you would buy at a garden centre. You can get a garden version, but it grows sort of differently. It's a bit taller and different looking. So this is the Euston Hotel over here and the Euston Gardens. We'll go and have a look. We're going to have a look and see what's happening in the gardens. And this is the old original railway hotel that people used to come and stop in. They used to travel by train to Fleetwood, and then they used to stop in this hotel overnight, and then the day after catch a steamer onwards to the Lake District. That must have been a right journey. So this is the Euston Gardens. And this chap here on the left, which we're just going to approach in a second, this is the one that made it all happen. This is Sir Peter Hesketh Fleetwood, and he was the landowner that developed the town and grew it into what we know it as today, with his lighthouse. So you might recognise the lighthouse he's got in his hand. It's the one that's just over there. So this is Sir Peter pointing at his little rabbit and his Fleetwood thing. And can you see the rabbit paw at the back of him? Makes me smile, though. Makes me smile. And that's the lower lighthouse. So that one, the tall one at the back of us, and then the wire light, which is out in the estuary, woof, all line up to give ships clear passage into port. Sadly, the other one is well, a bit derelict. It's a bit fallen over. It's a little boat there, look. I bet that's one of the fishing boats that the guys on the beach were waiting for. Let's see if we can get across to the front fast enough to catch him as he disappears. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look round Fleetwood Seafront on a beautiful day in a heat wave in July, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Make sure that you've subscribed to the Visit FYLDE Coast YouTube channel. Make sure that you've hit that little bell for notifications, and don't forget to share this video as well. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.